Rightio, it's episode 52 of the Under Seasoned podcast, and you are looking sharp.
Mate, we have been swagged up this week by the legends at B4 Barbecue. You, hat and shirt to match, and 52, mate. Why does that ring a bell?
Well, I want to say it's been a year.
Fucking what?
I'm kind of proud of us. We haven't skipped a single episode. Like, normally life gets in the way, but we've been pretty good.
That's it, mate. We have no commitment issues when it comes to the beauty of barbecue, but let's hook in, eh?
All right, let's see who's going to do our intro this week.
Hey everybody, Stan Hayes, CEO and co-founder of Operation BBQ Relief, and you are watching the Unseasoned BBQ Show. Have a good one.
Thank you, Stan.
Thanks, bro.
Stan is a big deal.
Bloody oath he is, mate. When times are tough, he's a man that just gives a little bit more.
He does. So Operation BBQ Relief, OBR for short, it's a US-based non-profit organisation with a mission of delivering hot meals to communities and first responders in disaster-impacted regions. As of mid-2025, they have served more than 12.7 million meals.
Jesus, that's the population of Australia, isn't it?
Like, think about that, right? This is not views. These guys aren't influencers with views. These are proper home-cooked barbecue hot meals that they are serving to people in need.
That's amazing, mate.
More recently, they've been in Texas for the floods, and they served 45,000 meals in just 18 days. And right now, as we go to air, they're deployed in Arizona. So you can find out more at operationbarbecuerelief.org.
Yeah, that's it. And if you have the capacity to give them a hand, then jump to it.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. I think what he's done is just on another level in terms of taking your passion for barbecue and then deciding how you're going to help people with it. And he's doing it like no one else. And everyone that supports him too, shout out, because you guys are doing great work.
That's it, mate. This sort of thing doesn't go unrecognised.
And he did our intro.
Bloody oath he did.
That's so cool.
It's only down from here.
So what's in this episode?
Righto, mate. Another challenger for the Under-Seasoned mascot has entered the chat. And I've really been looking forward to this because we are going to shed some light on one of the most deserving, undisputed pitmasters there is. We've also got some fisheye scream and a return of Mancaves.
Rightio, it's going to be an action-packed episode.
Hell yeah, it is.
Right, so before we get started, give us a like, leave a comment. Even if it is just a comment that you leave as a throwaway, it kind of all adds to the algorithm. So just hit us with a comment below and let's just jump into the dishes of the week. So do you remember a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about different flavoured smoked chicken wings?
Yeah, the flight of chicken wings.
Yeah, well, somebody has one-upped them here. And these are pork ribs from Miller's Smokehouse in Belton, Texas.
Hell yeah, party rib platter.
It looks amazing, doesn't it? So they're a top 50 barbecue joint, and they say, have you tried our flavour-stacked smoked and fried ribs yet?
Yes. I mean, no, I haven't, but yes, I want to. How good does it look?
They look absolutely fantastic. So party ribs, but they smoke them and then fry them. I just think the combination of those two things, the crispy sort of outside that you get from frying them, and obviously that tender, smoky element from putting them in the smoker, this is a winning combination.
That's it. A few months ago when we did the deep fried rack of pork ribs, that was a bit of feedback we got that sometimes it's better to portion them up and deep fry them individually like this. So it's winning for a reason.
The flavours that they've got are chimichurri, cherry chipotle, buffalo, peach serrano, lemon pepper, and a barbecue espresso.
Yes, all 6. 6 out of 6 for me, mate. All at once, in and around my mouth.
So they say, here till they're gone, limited, juicy, sourced to perfection. Give me this.
Let's do it on the menu.
Have you ever tried party ribs?
Yes,
They're
but
great.
not to this capacity.
No, I feel like they're taking them one level extra, or maybe 2 levels extra, by frying them to get that little bit of extra crispiness to them, but also to adding the different flavours, which kind of means that if you buy a rack of ribs, and you know most people can get through a rack, I can get through a rack, but by the time you get to the end of it, you're probably somewhat sick of that flavour, right? But if you've got 6 different combinations and a couple of mates, I'll sit down to this.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, if you don't have 6 friends so you can't order 6 different flavoured racks, this is your next best option, and that would go cracking on our sushi train.
Moving on. How good's this look?
Mate, this was an absolute mic drop moment when they sent this to us in the DMs. How good does that look?
So this one was sent in by the head pitmaster at Big Don's in Perth, Australia, and we've said it once before, and I'm going to say it again just so that you know Big Don's in Perth is one of the best barbecue restaurants in the world.
Yeah, I fully, wholeheartedly agree.
The head pitmaster is John McCartney-Jones, and this platter is brisket, beef ribs, miso pork ribs, honey barbecue lamb ribs, harissa smoked chicken, adobo oyster blade, pork birria tacos, pulled pork with salsa verde, and all of the trimmings.
Wow. You did amazing then to not dribble while you were reading that out. It's got all the desserts in there. It's got the take-home bottles of sauces. Wow. Just wow. It's worth just getting on a plane just to have that. You have to pre-order, though. These things sell out in about 2 minutes.
Well, John, do you reckon if we came over at some point, maybe you could kind of set us a tray aside before they sell out? Because what happens is these guys sell out within minutes. It's like a pre-order system. And then you've got to go sort of sit down, bring your own chair, you get your platter. But if you miss the weekly window and you've travelled all the way there, I don't know. How does it work? Like, are we going to get a platter? Can we get a platter?
I'll stack some firewood.
Moving on. This one was posted by Josh Nyland, and he is the head chef and owner at St. Peter. Now, St. Peter is a seafood restaurant in Sydney, Australia, and what we're looking at here is what?
This is the fish eye scream.
You did that so well.
So what you've got is the trimmed up head portion of the fish. The eye socket's been hollowed out a little bit more. Then we've got a dessert in the middle of the fish's head.
So it's a passion fruit and vanilla, dry aged keema dye fish head ice cream.
Wow. On second glance here, it looks like the ice cream's sitting in half of a passion fruit bowl. So.
Yes, you've got it. So the ice cream uses the clear gel-like substance from the eye of the fish. Now, it's a Japanese snapper. The eye has no flavour though, so the ice cream is flavoured with vanilla. Then it's topped with an edible graphic, dipped in gelatine, and then placed on a passion fruit curd.
Yes.
Would you eat this?
I would eat 5 of them.
It's such a striking image. If you can't see what we're looking at, it literally looks like a boggle-eyed fish, but it's a dessert.
So damn tasty looking.
Pretty cool, hey?
Do you reckon you can eat the fish head too? I reckon. I mean, it sort of looks dehydrated enough that it'd be nice and crunchy.
At first, I thought to myself, this must be some sort of plastic mold that they use over and over again in the kitchen. But no, the more I looked into it, he actually cuts the actual fish head off to create the plate.
Yeah, right. So good.
So, Mr. Nyland on Instagram, you can go give him a follow. It's some of the most stunning presentations of seafood and the butchery of seafood that you'll ever see.
Yeah, I've actually got his fish butchery cookbook, and even if you're not into fish, just the beautiful photographs on it and just how much attention to detail he pays to using legit nose to tail every single part of the fish. It's absolutely obsessive.
Even the eyeballs.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Didn't we touch on him in like very early episodes where they even grind up the fish bones to make some of their crockery?
We did. Really early on in our podcast, we featured a few of his dishes.
Yeah, but there was like a tuna tomahawk steak, I think. So you dove deep into his actual restaurant. And yeah, some of the things he does with all the parts of the fish are just mind-blowing.
Yes, I've only scratched the surface here. If you go follow him on Instagram, it's mind-blowing what he is doing with seafood.
So good.
Okay, this one. You sent this one to me. It's a little baby brisket.
Yeah, mate. While we were actually getting this episode together, a mate of mine that I went to school with messaged me through saying, hey, mate, I finally bit the bullet, got that Traeger you said, and had my first brisket attempt. And I think he's fucking nailed it.
He has. Well, he's bought a small brisket. It looks like a supermarket brisket that you'd see here in Australia, but it looks like a 2 kilo maybe brisket. But he's done a good job. He's got a good smoke ring. That bark looks good.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, a couple of months ago, a good friend I went to school with, Michael Hennessy, hit me up and wanted some advice on what to get himself. He'd been watching the show, actually, and wanted to get into smoking. So I sort of figured out what was good around his area. He's down in Tassie, and I said, look, mate, go to your local barbecues galore or whatever you got nearby and tell the guys there what you want, and they've pointed him in the direction of Traeger, and he's going right down the rabbit hole now.
Yeah, welcome to the club. It takes up a bit of your time.
It does, but hopefully the misso likes smoked meat because she's going to get rewarded with nice barbecue dinners.
Well, if you've got a thing where you like to cook for other people and you like to see them like your food, barbecue is a pretty good thing to get involved in because not many people don't like it.
Yeah, that's it. And let's just say for a first brisket, it's much better than mine.
Well, my first brisket looked like a Domino's pizza.
On your Hanno.
Talking points. Now, what's this?
It looks like a big cube of meat.
Is there any meat there? Can you see meat?
Yeah, there's meat behind the fat, but not much.
What we're looking at here is actually a brisket.
Ooh.
So it was posted by Out for Blood, and what we're looking at here looks like a block of fat with a little bit of meat through it.
Yeah.
It looks like an ice cream tub, like a 5-litre ice cream tub of fat with a little bit of meat in it.
It does. Is there another picture of it or is that all? Yeah. Oh, wow. That doesn't get any better.
So he says, this is a brisket I was given from a family member who bought half a cow a few years ago. Any advice for what to do with it?
Well, you're going to get some beautiful tallow, so probably just trim it up and then throw the rest in the mincer.
Yeah, I think you're right. If it was me, I would cut all of the fat off it. I'd render that down for tallow, and then whatever's left, I'd put through a mincer and I'd have smash burgers.
Yeah, that's it. Or you can always cube it up too and make a nice slow-cooked curry or something like that down the track.
Yeah, but in terms of doing a traditional brisket cook?
No, I don't think you can sort of save it into a uniform enough piece, but brisket's still good.
I did put that brisket into AI to see what kind of cow it would come from, and this is what it came back with.
Yeah, not much going on in the old breastplate position there and lots of fat surrounding the organs there. But yeah, you wouldn't get much of a Thor's hammer off that one either.
So we're looking at midget fat cow.
If a cow and a hippo had a baby, this would be it.
All right, that explains it though, doesn't it?
Bloody oath it does.
Okay, what do we call this show again? What's the name of the show?
Under Seasoned.
This person is called ScoMo30. That's what he goes by. And he is living up to the name of this show. And he just happens to be Australia's ex-Prime Minister.
Oh, wow. Did he send this in?
No, he didn't. We found this on his social media. Actually, someone sent it in to us, and I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. So if you look closely, there's a very fine hint of rub and about 6 bits of pepper on the steak.
Under Seasoned.
So it's our mascot. It's the Under Seasoned final boss. It's the bland bandit, the pepperless player. It's the no flavour flay.
And also, too, this is about as deep into politics as we'll ever get.
So what would you say about this? What would no flavour flay say about this?
He'd be like, I don't know. Welcome to the club. That's what I reckon he'd say.
So I do give him a little bit of credit because it does look like he has put some Worcestershire sauce on that as a bit of a wet bind and then put a little bit of rub on it though, but he hasn't seasoned it at all. So no flavour flay. I would say he would call this a fail.
ScoMo, now's your time, mate. Get in the ring. Redemption. Send us a show intro if you like.
Jesus, give it some seasoning, bro.
That's it. Even just some salt, bro. That's all it needs.
Yeah. Well, look, he's done the Worcestershire sauce, which I think is a good thing. I've never done it before like that.
Yeah, I don't know about it.
All right, let's move on. Speaking of seasoning, you could say this one is actually over-seasoned. So what we're looking here was posted by Ricon Escondido Perilla. Now, they're from Sao Paulo in Brazil. And what's happening?
Well, to the untrained eye, a lot of people would think that that is far too much salt going on there, but that salt is not going to stay on there when the steak is being consumed. What they're doing is they're heavily seasoning it, and what they'll do is when they flip those steaks, they'll probably give them a bit of a bash so that any excess salt falls into the fire. And yeah, it's a beautiful way of seasoning things.
So I don't really know much about the science, but that salt tends to dry the outside of the meat out, and the dry skin is what kind of creates a really great crust on a steak.
Yeah, I'm no meat scientist either, but what you said makes sense.
Yeah, so some of the best steaks I've ever had use this method. So just so you know, the salt is quite coarse. It's really kind of like chunky salt. And as you cook it, you kind of bash it off towards the end of the cook. But that salt kind of like dries the meat out, which makes the crust of the steak that much more sort of like textured and crispy.
That's it. And they're good 2-inch thick steaks too. So you're going to need a fair bit of seasoning to penetrate and influence the meat there. So, I mean, the proof's in the pudding.
Yes, but do yourself a favour and make sure you bash the salt off before you serve it.
That's it. Otherwise, you won't cramp up in a while.
Okay, what episode is this?
52, baby.
And what does that mean?
That means it's been a year.
It has been. And to be honest, this is a segment that I wanted to put on our very first episode. But what I've done is waited till we have some kind of following so we could highlight this person.
Mate, we could do a weekly segment on said person.
So I'm going to introduce you to the most creative pitmaster on the planet. Do you agree or not?
Fucking oath, I agree, mate. I had the pleasure of sitting down to dinner with this person a couple of weeks ago. And I always make time whenever I go to New Zealand to track these guys down.
Well, I've been in barbecue for about 15 years. I follow hundreds, if not thousands, of pitmasters, cooks and chefs all around the world and people that are into barbecue. And that's kind of been my thing for a long time. I love barbecue. I follow other people that love barbecue. But I don't follow anyone that is as creative as this person when it comes to elevating barbecue to the next level.
Righto, mate. Rip off the Band-Aid.
I'm going to introduce you to the most pitmastery looking pitmaster you've ever seen.
Meow.
Who's this?
This is our beautiful friend from over the ditch, Shani.
Shani. She doesn't look like a pitmaster, I've got to say. I mean that with all due respect, but Shani, you don't look like a pitmaster.
Not in this photo. If you've ever seen her getting around with a pair of tongs and a leather apron, she's the most pitty pitmaster there is.
What about this one then?
Yeah, that's a bit better.
Okay, so she's holding a SCA trophy here. Now, if you know her in New Zealand, she gets around to a lot of the barbecue competitions, always has, does really well in competition barbecue. But where I feel like she shines is in her home cooks. Now, she's no slouch as a pitmaster. She is the pit chick and fire starter at Far Q Barbecue in New Zealand. Her name's Shani Mayer Gregory, and I'm going to go through 10 different dishes of hers to prove our claim.
That's it. And if you want to follow her on socials, which you bloody should, NZ Barbecue Chick. That's the name she goes under.
Just remember, we made a really big call. Most creative pitmaster on the planet. Like, it doesn't get any bigger than that in terms of who's being creative with barbecue, who's taking it to the next level, who's kind of pushing it. And I don't mean that in the traditional Texas sense where you're trying to perfect brisket. I'm trying to say, well, where's the next thing? Like, what's the next big thing? And I feel like she's been doing it for way longer than anyone else.
This is future school in its purest.
You have hit the nail on the head. So, 10 dishes. You ready?
Ready.
Number 1, this is a smoked beef shin birria ramen.
Yes. So goddamn good.
So you're mixing 3 cuisines together here. Low and slow, American barbecue, a Mexican birria, and a Chinese ramen.
Isn't it Japanese?
No, actually, ramen's come from China.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Japanese sort of picked it up later on, but ramen did originate in China. But the fact that she's kind of blending all of these dishes together, almost like using the best bits of each of the cuisines and then bringing it together, I mean, that looks stunning.
Well, I've always referred to her as the undisputed champion of barbecue leftovers.
Right. Well, she doesn't cut any corners. So just so you think that she's not cooking this stuff in the oven, this beef shin here is seasoned, smoked low and slow, and then she braises it in a birria consomme, and she does it all in the barbecue.
So damn good.
This next one is a smoked crispy pork belly with a mashed potato fritter stuffed with cheese and garlic, topped with a Mexican chili oil, corn salsa, jalapeno, lime crema, and pickled onion.
Yes.
Look at that.
I'm just going to sit back and drool, bro. You keep doing your thing.
Rightio. Number 3 is pork belly cooked on the barbecue, turned into a Vietnamese banh mi.
Yes.
I mean, what you're looking at on the screen is probably the best looking pork belly you've ever seen in one of my favourite sandwiches in life, the banh mi. But look at it.
Yeah, it's got the crispy skin pork belly. It's got the pork pate there on a beautiful crunchy baguette. And then all the trimmings, like it's got the sliced carrot, the black sesame, the chili, the coriander, the green onion. It's an absolute flavour explosion.
And just to be clear, when you go get a banh mi, generally speaking, at even a really good place, they probably cook the pork in a oven. But not her. Look at this. This is literally a kettle barbecue, and she's cooking the pork belly. Beautiful crispy skin, by the way, and she's doing it in the barbecue.
Yeah, that's it. And I think she's only just sort of starting to look at potentially getting a pellet grill to make some of these longer cooks a bit easier. So they've probably been in the game 8 years and using solid fuel the entire way of their journey.
Crazy. This is a smoked brisket and jalapeno cheese pie. She made these things cool before anybody.
Yes, she walked so that Boomer could run.
All right, these are smoked, chopped and pulled brisket egg rolls. And that crispy golden casing, it was fried inside the barbecue.
So damn good. Another thing too is it's all well and good to make good food. The thing that's almost as hard is taking good photos of good food. So last weekend I met up with these guys and we went out for dinner. And I was sitting opposite her, taking photos of the same food. When I saw her photos, I just deleted mine. I don't know what she does. She's probably got a Samsung. That might be the trick. But yeah, it's a real art to get photos this damn good.
I think she just understands light way better than what most people do.
Yes.
She just knows where to angle it in the right amount of light to make it look like what it looks like, because we are looking at some of the most spectacular looking food you've ever seen.
Unbelievable.
These are smoked pulled pork rice paper rolls.
Yes, please.
So the pork was seasoned and smoked in a bullet smoker with apple and cherry wood, and then she transferred it to a foil tray with 1 cup of pork stock until it probed like butter.
Yes.
And then she's made it into a rice paper roll.
So good. You can see all the ingredients going on. You've got the coriander, the red onion, loads and loads of that beautiful smoked pork and that dipping sauce, man. Like, I'd bathe in that.
This is a smoked birria loaded baked potato.
Wow.
The next one is a Thai red smoked short rib curry.
We're going around the world, bro, just visually right now, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah, but the combination of putting barbecue together with these cuisines from around the world and then also putting an extra spin on it. I mean, some of these dishes are some of the most creative, presented, beautifully photographed, tastiest looking dishes that I've ever seen.
I understand why they don't go out.
This is smoked lamb shanks on a spicy harissa rice. And just to confirm, the lamb shanks, they're smoked and then braised all in the smoker.
Look at the colour. It's just so damn good. And you know the beauty of it is it's good to see people like this still getting inspired. Like we stumbled across a random restaurant the other night in Auckland. 2 cuisines that you didn't think would go that well together, Indian and Mexican. We thought we'd give it a crack. We went up there. They had beef massaman birria tacos, but then the highlight was they had a chicken birria taco with a butter chicken dipping sauce.
Sounds great.
And she left absolutely inspired. So keep your eyes on the socials. There's going to be a lot of Indian influences starting to pop through, which she already has. We've featured her stuff on the show before. She's got a tandoor oven and puts the pizzas and that sort of thing in there.
Rightio. Let's keep cracking. I've lost count of where we're up to. This is a smoked pork ramen.
Oh, how good is it? She's used the porchetta there.
So she removes the skin before rolling, seasoning, and then smoking it, and the skin is cooked separately. She does it in an air fryer, and she gets a crunchy side dish out of it.
Yes. So damn good.
And this is smoked beef cheek and chorizo pizza cooked on a pellet smoker.
Wow. How did it crisp up? Have you got an after? When?
Why is this so good?
Is that on puff pastry?
How do you cook a pizza like that inside a pellet smoker?
Crank it and be shiny.
I've tried it. It doesn't look like this.
No. I think I know the secret, bro.
We're looking at one of the best looking pizzas I've ever seen. Last one, and I think this is actually number 11. This is KFB, Korean fried beef. What is it?
It's a whole short rib and then it's been crumbed and fried. What?
So it's Korean fried beef rib. She smoked the beef rib.
Look at it.
Then she coated it in a Korean fried chicken coating. Then she deep fried it and smothered it in her own Korean spice sweet sauce.
You know the scariest thing? This is only the tip of the iceberg of what she's capable of.
You're going to be so happy with what I've done next. You are going to talk about her because you know her somewhat pretty well, and I'm just going to scroll through some photos. So what we've done is we've talked about 11 dishes. She has literally 100 of these things. And I'm going to scroll through them just so you know that we haven't cherry picked out the best ones. We literally have picked just 11, but we could have picked 50.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Look at that steak, for crying out loud.
Yeah, so these guys, they can definitely hang. Husband and wife team, Fuck You Barbecue, consists of Richard, who's No Mercy Barbecue, and Shani, who is NZ Barbecue Chick. They do SCA, they do ABA or NZBA. And yeah, some of these dishes, insane. Not just using conventional methods, they're throwing cast iron skillets in there. I think that trophy earlier on was when they won the burger category at Meat Stock a few years ago in SCA. So, I mean, they definitely delve in the creative side of things, but as far as the NZBA goes, you need to be pretty disciplined in your cooks, and they go pretty well there too. They were also on season 2 of Cooks on Fire, I believe, which aired in New Zealand earlier in the year. And just visually stunning. I mean, I'm so damn hungry. And you'll be happy to know that Shani has actually influenced what's on the menu later.
Oh, I'm super excited about that.
Hell yeah.
Just some amazing looking dishes here.
Yes.
Look at this burger, for crying out loud.
Yeah, man. So damn good. And I think their son, so Rich and Shani have got twins. Their son, Seth, is now a salesman at Mitre 10 who specialises in the barbecue section.
Right. He'd know his stuff.
Bloody oath he would.
We're getting to the end of this now, and I'm going to finish on, by the way, we just skimmed through like 25 amazing photos of phenomenal barbecue, right? But we're going to get to the end here, and this is a photo with you guys.
Yeah, mate. This is pre-COVID, this one. As the beard's still hanging off my face, so it's been there a while. I've also got a beer in front of me, so this is from a lifetime ago. But Shani was one of the pitmasters at Blue Ox Babe, and when they first opened up, that was back when they were at the height of their success. They had Shani, Ants Tudavake, all those sort of guys there. And yeah, this was right before Meat Stock Auckland 2020, and I've still got memories of this night being one of the best I've had because I was just with such beautiful people.
So just to recap, we called her the most creative pitmaster on the planet, and creative by means of cooking amazing barbecue, but also like intertwining it into other cuisines and just sort of elevating the barbecue experience and being creative with where barbecue can take you. But she's going to be so embarrassed that we've done this episode. She's a very humble person. We've obviously tried to give her the credit that we feel like she's deserved. We've dedicated a big part of this show to her. That's how much she has inspired us to kind of know what barbecue can be. Texas inspires us to know what barbecue can be in their original sort of American roots, and just a little bit of Brazil, but what she's doing in New Zealand and what a lot of places like Koi are doing, B4 are doing as well, right? They're just getting creative with their barbecue, and she does it like no one else.
That's it. And I don't think she cooks as a profession anymore. A lot of this stuff is just done on the weekends when she's at her most passionate, and we love you, Shani. Keep it going, baby.
Yeah, well done. Give her a follow on socials. What's she go under?
NZ Barbecue Chick.
Go give her a follow. Moving on to Rate My Barbecue.
Bro, if I had to rate what we just saw, it's just fucking 10s all day, baby.
All right, well, let's move on to this next one here. It's a bit different. It's a pie sent in to us by Dan Barrington. He's from Smoked Beyond Smoked Barbecue on Instagram, and he says, "Hey, Under Seasoned BBQ Show, rate my pie." Usually we get a platter. This is a pie.
It's a family-sized pie too that's been cut in quarters. And judging by the way he's holding it, that pie has a very nice stiff undercarriage, which is always a win. What is it, a beef cheese jalapeno?
It's smoked pulled beef rib with onion and black pepper gravy. He used the Four Saucemen's beef. I think we used it last week too, right? A beef gravy. He says something about meat covered in pastry is just special, and it looks spectacular.
Mate, while we were chowing down on our Yorkshire puddings last week after the show finished, I'm pretty sure I confessed for you my love of carbs, and Yorkshire puddings fall second place to pastry. You can, like, if I pass away, wrap me up in pastry and mummify me.
All right, what are you giving this pie as a score on Rate My Barbecue?
Mate, I'm going to give this pie a solid 9.
9?
Just because I've got to leave room at the top. 9. First pie, first score.
Well, for me, I tend to agree, and that's because he's using beef ribs. Most people would use brisket, but I think beef ribs, it's the next level up, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's it. And it's going to be texturally different too, because a lot of the beef brisket pies you have, the brisket's cubed up, while this has actually got the pulled meat in it. So it's almost another level.
if you get a pie in Australia, chances are it's about 90% gravy and 10% meat. This is 99% meat and 1% gravy.
That's it. And just so much good golden flaky pastry, baby.
Rightio, that's a big score.
Yeah. I love my pies, bro. What can I say?
All right, this next one was sent in to us by Paul Morton for you to rate. He says, this was a barbecue I did for 20 people. This is only the third time I've ever cooked a brisket and the first time I tried pork belly and pork steaks.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's that cut down the bottom? So what is that? Sort of like a big whole pork loin and cut into steaks, is it?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's pretty common at Snows where they cook the big sort of chunks of, I don't know what you call it, a big pork loin type thing, and then you cut it all up into steaks.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Okay, so the platter is Australian Wagyu brisket, Cornish reared pulled pork, Iberico pork collar, cheddar and jalapeno sausages, peach tea glazed pork belly, smoked turkey with garlic butter, avocado chimichurri, dill pickles, pickled red onions and pickled chilies.
So good. Lots of influences going on there. You've got the interstellar influence there with the peach tea burnt end. Yeah, man, I'm really into this. We want a score?
We need a score. This is Rate My Barbecue. People are relying on you to give them a score. That's why they're sending it in to us.
Okay, so my expert opinion, because I know so much about platters, we're going a solid 8.
8. All right. I reckon that's pretty good. I mean, it's his third time ever cooking brisket and first time cooking a lot of this stuff. So it's a pretty good score.
Yeah, no, I like the variety. I like there's heaps of different flavours going on there and yeah, good times.
All right, so this is him. His name is Paul. We appreciate you sending us in this platter. If you have some barbecue that you would like Sigh to rate, keep in mind, we do tend to be a little bit honest, and keep in mind, we're not professionals, right? We're having some fun. We're talking about people's cooks. We're trying to highlight people doing cool things. So we appreciate that. You can DM us or you can email us at info@underseasoned.com.
That's it. And my scoring system is a little bit similar to a slot machine going around in my head, and whatever number it lands on, that's what you get.
All right, Paul, thanks for sending that one in. Rightio, we're on to a bit of art by Sigh. Now, we touched on this last week.
Yeah, mate, this is a bit of a follow-up from my recent trip over the ditch, and that all came together because the legends at Jack Daniels commissioned me to come up with some artwork and some merch for the Rock 2000, and this was the concept artwork, and I do believe that Luke was turning this into limited edition art prints, and this was basically what I turned it into over 3 hours at the live event. I got my spray cans out and painted this one up. It's about 2.5 by 4 metres, and yeah, good times, mate. They put a gazebo over me because they thought it might rain. It did not rain. The roof of the gazebo was clear. It was about 22 degrees, and I was underneath a giant magnifying glass.
You were hot.
I was very hot and very fumy and painty, but man, I just had the best time. Cheers to Luke and Jack Daniels for making this happen, and also the guys at The Rock for throwing such a bloody good event. So picture this. You got 6,500 people streaming into Spark Arena to listen to the radio.
Wow.
So the reason behind the party is the 4-week countdown where they count down the top 2,000 rock songs as voted by the listeners. And on the grand final day, up on stage, they reveal the top 20 and then they finish it off with a bloody good concert. So we had Tadpole, Grinspoon and Blind Spot with a full orchestra. And I was pretty stoked to see Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath take out 2 and 1 on the countdown. So very emotional day, mate. They had a big tribute to Ozzy on the big screen. But yeah, essentially 6,500 people there to listen to the radio.
Pretty cool. And how would you describe your artwork if anyone asked?
Oh, it's just a bit of a apocalyptic mashup of illustrative components and beautiful bright colours.
Right, but they're skeletons having a guitar off or something like that.
Yeah, so the art for the Rock 2000 was a skeleton conductor portraying that, you know, they were having an orchestra in the building later that night, and I basically showed them levitating a bottle of Jack Daniels with a rock guitarist ripping a solo and the conductor.
You did good. Let's move on from that to some man caves. It's been a while since we've talked about a few little cool man caves, and this one crossed my feed and it was too good not to share.
Yeah, I want to see more man caves. If you got one, send it in, even if it's a work in progress, because as you keep saying, you don't have a cool place to hang out besides this studio. And yeah, man caves are our way to relax through the screen.
Well, this one was posted by Asker Ramdan, and he says it's a men's shed measuring 15 foot by 23 foot. So it's not massive. It's a pretty plain looking shed on the outside. What do you think is on the inside?
Not much.
Oh, it's tiny,
Maybe
isn't
a couch and a TV.
Well, this is what he's done.
Oh, no shit. He's got a virtual driving range.
He's got his own golf simulator inside this little shed that he's built out the back. He's got a little couch in there so you can sit down and watch yourself play. It is tiny, but he's managed to fit a full golf simulator inside.
He has, mate. He's managed to do it really well. I hope it doesn't bounce back too far because I'd wreck everything in there if I was playing.
So apart from needing maybe a little bar or a little kitchen area, if you're into golf, this is where it's at.
Yeah, that's it. He's got our brisket logo on his golf clubs there.
So do yourself a favour. If you're into golf, show this to your wife because if she loves you, she would let you build one of these.
You could almost do one in a shipping container, right? It'd be long enough.
Yeah, would it be tall enough though?
Dunno. It could be a side hustle for someone there. Builds bloody golf simulators in shipping containers. All you got to do is order one and it shows up.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah. Shoddy. Shoddy not.
So, Asker Ramadan, he put this online, obviously very proud for the world to see. We thought it was amazing.
So damn cool, bro.
One comment.
What?
That's what he got.
Oh, really?
When he put this online, he got one comment and all it was that's awesome.
Yeah, at least it was positive because it is fucking awesome.
All right, let's move on to some tattoos. This one was sent in to us by Cave Dad Food. And he says, "Hi guys, just discovered the podcast, so I'm catching up episode by episode and loving it. Thought you may like my most recent tattoo."
I like it.
What is it?
It's a chef's skull and crossbones with a knife and a spatula as the said crossbone, but it's done really well. Like that red's nice and saturated. I like the use of the light blue in the skull. And yeah, man, it's fucking cool.
So it was done by Ben Stone from Derby in the UK.
Yeah, cool. No,
But yeah,
I really like it.
Pretty good. It's obviously a skeleton or a skull with a chef's hat on, and it's got the old skull and crossbones with the knife and the spatula.
Bloody oath. And the notorious red flame.
Pretty cool. Thanks for sending that one in. If you've got a cool food-related or barbecue-related tattoo and you want us to show it off on the show, then hit us up in the DMs. Rightio. On the menu, we're up to that part of the episode again, and I have been enjoying you cooking for me. Last week was amazing.
Yeah, bro. I enjoy it too. It's a good bit of fun. It's a way I get to, I guess, experience with some experimental flavours, stuff that I don't normally get to do at home because I've got young kids and don't really appreciate too much of the finer things in life, but they'll grow into it.
Rightio. Well, you're practicing on me, and that's a good thing. I'm happy with this.
That's it.
All right, what is this?
Righto, mate. As I mentioned before, this is a heavily influenced from Shani, and we have got some leftover barbecued pulled pork wontons.
What?
Yes, so we've got some leftover barbecued pulled pork. I've chopped that right up. We want everything to be nice. See, normally with a wonton or a dumpling, you'd use pork mince so that it's sort of nice and easy to chew through. But what we've done, we've chopped up the pork. Now, because this was done on the barbecue and put in the freezer, there's still a fair bit of rub and sweet barbecue sauce on it. So what we've done, we've chopped it up. We've added some green onions. We've also added some de-seeded red chili. I've put in a heap of fresh ginger. I've also gone in with a heap of Thai basil because I love that aniseed almost flavour that adds to it. And then we've also gone in with a bit of minced garlic just to give it that bit of oomph. And then I've thrown in a few little bit of wet ingredients. I've gone a tiny little bit of fish sauce. I've also gone a little bit of sesame oil in there just so that we've got something to combine it all. Then I've just gone in and minced it all up with the gloves on, mate. The good old tiger gloves have come to the rescue again. And we haven't had to do too much in the way of salt and pepper because that pork was already seasoned. Sometimes in dumplings you will add sugar to give a bit of sweetness, but didn't need it. Then what we've got our wonton wrappers. I've double wrapped them just because I like that extra bit of crunch. We're using the old empanada folder that I got from eBay. That's money worth, mate. And we've made a couple of dumplings. What we've done, we've thrown them in the deep fryer at about 170, cooked them in pork lard, and they are cracking ready to go.
Well, bring them out.
Also going to add a bit of Matt Black. He's got the spiced soy chili sauce there, so that's going to be all me. It's spicy, but.
Rightio. Let's have a look what we got here. That looks so cool.
Crispy ass wontons.
What's the sauce again?
Matt Black, Black Fire. Bit of a dip there. I know you don't like it spicy. This one's got a bit of a kick. Righto.
Rightio. Let's look at the reveal. Yum. They look absolutely awesome.
Let's go.
All right, so it's grab one, pull it in half, dip it in the sauce.
Don't even have to break it in half, mate.
They're crispy.
So crispy, bro. I'll deep fry anything if I can. Don't go too heavy on that sauce, bro. It's spicy. So damn good. Wontons are good too, but that ginger's so prolific. I love it.
I feel spoiled. I feel like a spoiled little kid at Christmas every time you bring a dish out because I just know how good it's going to be. And we've had a few fail. Like, this is episode 52. We've been doing this for a year. You've made nearly 52 dishes, give or take, and you've probably made 50 good ones. And that one's right up there. So I don't know what it is about the addition of smoked meat in dumplings, right? It's pretty traditional.
Anything.
It just elevates it to the next level. And that sauce is great too.
Yeah, this sauce is a real showstopper, bro.
Woo. And what did you cook it in? Lard?
Yeah, mate, just the old super fry pork lard.
Sorry, I'm having another one.
Hook in, brother. No, I did a bit of a test cook on these yesterday and the wife's been a bit crook and she loved the texture, could not taste a thing. But yeah, quite often my missus doesn't realise what we're cooking until the show airs and she'll sort of hit me and say, "Oi, where's mine?" I still haven't cooked that Indian fried chicken, so that one's on the list.
They're sensational.
They're good, eh?
Like if I was anywhere in Asia right now and I sat down and had this dish, it would be a mind-blowing dish, let alone the fact that we're in a little studio in the back of Australia.
That's food for you, baby.
I'm a bit speechless, to be honest. All right. And anyone who knows me knows that I love to talk, but it's just, they're too good.
Yeah, we're just going to have Vegemite toast next week, mate. It'll spoil you too much.
I think you're right as well. It didn't need any more seasoning. It was actually perfect. It didn't need any sugar in it either.
No. And I reckon you could use almost any type of leftover barbecue meat too. Like that'd go good with brisket or beef cheek or, you know, even some smoked shredded chicken. But get adventurous, guys.
Yeah. And look, somewhat simple.
Quite simple, yeah.
Get your leftover meat, chop it up, add some more ingredients.
Mate, you're kind of just assembling things because the beauty of it is, which we touched on last week with those Korean fried brisket bits, the pork's already cooked. So you don't have to cook it all the way through like you do if you're doing a mince one or that sort of thing. You're kind of just cooking it till it's warm and the skin's at the desired doneness because sometimes you can burn the skin or over crisp it up and then to sacrifice getting the pork done inside.
Very, very cool. Let's move on. It's the fuck up of the week. This one was posted by Claus Coins, but it's not his video. You sent it to me, actually, and the caption was, "Whenever you have a bad day, just remember this could be you."
This is heartbreaking.
Ready?
Let's go.
No.
Poor bastard. Oh. So he's got a bung wheel there. One of the wheels is busted. The wheel's off now. The whole mate shook it so the last one just fell. I reckon he's just gone to the office with his resignation.
He went full fuck it in the end there, didn't he? He was just like,
bro.
I've had enough.
Yeah, I mean...
So what's happening?
So it looks like they're trying to get ahead of what looks to be a busy dinner service in a pizza restaurant. So he's got all the pizzas ready to go, toppings and everything. And then he's probably going to put them in the fridge and take them out as they need them. One of the wheels has fallen off and every single pizza is fucked. I reckon there's probably, 24 pizzas there?
They were also meticulously stacked inside these racks. And as that wheel kind of collapsed, they just all fell out on the floor. And at one point there, he tries to save it. He tries to save it a second time. He tries to save it a third time, and by the fourth time, there's one pizza left. He's like, fuck it. Whatever.
He walks away, then old mate shakes it so the last one just falls out. There's no saving it. But I reckon this video has probably kept him in a job because the boss has probably come out and gone, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then realised that the wheel falling off is the problem and not the operator.
He didn't realise the wheel was gone because he just kept wondering, like, why is it all falling off, right? But yeah, I feel for this guy because if you've worked in a kitchen, everyone's had moments like this.
Oh, mate, he's just probably undone. If he's gone and made his dough from scratch and let that prove and had to stretch it, it's probably undone a day's work.
Yeah, and not only that, you have to go back and tell customers that maybe you run out.
Oh, 100%. Like, if they're getting ready to open, it's just like, fuck, we're not ready.
I feel for him. All right, we got one more this week. And do you remember this photo? And it was of somebody cleaning all of their barbecue equipment in a shower. It looked like they had disassembled a pellet grill and they'd taken it in the shower, used some degreaser, but they'd essentially used the shower as a degreaser. I joked, if I did this, my wife would kick me out. I think you might have had a similar sort of experience with this photo.
Yeah, I definitely would not testing my marriage by doing this. I'd rather have a dirty barbecue.
Well, not to be outdone, but Scott Matthews from Carbon Addiction Barbecue in New Zealand, he sent us in this one. What is that?
He's taken shower beers to the next level, mate. He's in the shower and he's scrubbing all his competition gear. He's got his gastro pans. He's got his little trim scissors. And he's killing 3 birds with one stone here. He's getting washed, he's drinking piss, and he's washing his gear all at the same time.
Yeah, and just so we're clear, he's also naked.
Yeah, I don't know how some of those corrosive things will go on the old tackle, but yeah, hopefully this is just a bit of a setup.
So what he says was it was taken after the Jack and Smoke competition in Napier in New Zealand. And he said, after the competition, I was absolutely shattered and defeated. And we all know that feeling after being at a big, long, heavy event where maybe you're drinking, you're eating, you're partying, right? It all kind of hits you. And he says, I needed a beer, I needed a wash, and I had a mountain of gastro trays to wash. And so, yeah, you're right. He says, I killed 3 birds with the one stone.
Mate, I've been to that comp in Napier and they actually hold it in the accommodation behind a pub. So it's a bender. Beautiful place there, the West Shore Inn. But yeah, Napier's a cracking spot. But yeah, this is one way to digest the weekend.
All right, so we're looking at a beautiful specimen. He's naked with a whole heap of washing in the shower, drinking a beer and doing the washing at the same time.
Well, that's it, mate. Good times, brother.
All right, we're done. Episode 52 and the last episode of what was a season for us.
Yes, Under Season 1 is done.
Yeah, we're on to season 2 next week.
Yeah, but it's next week. Don't worry. We're not having a break. I don't know why it's called a season, but normally 4 seasons in a year. But according to the algorithm, a year makes up a season. So season 2 starts next week.
Well, yeah. Well, what happens is on Spotify, you have to pick which season it is. And I've just been keep going with the numbers. And I'm like, well, at some point, we've got to kick over to season 2. So the end of the year felt like the right time.
Bloody oath it does, mate. So 53, season 2, hook in next week and like, subscribe, do all the things, send us some love, send us some fuck ups, and see you next Tuesday.
Yes. Bye.
Yes.